Thank you. Roland Grimes, not just sports and entertainment show. I'm your host, Roland Bubba Grimes. You may have noticed, those of you who watched the show over the last 2 years, this jacket actually used to fit me like a wetsuit. But ever since I started eating at Everlasting Life, I have begun to shrivel away into nothing. And I'm going to continue to eat here. For those of you who don't know, they're chronicling, and I can't stand him for it, but Dr. Baruch is chronicling my health and my fitness goals over the next 90 days or however long it takes me to reach it. And when that's all over, I'm actually going to assassinate him. I just want to let y'all know right now. In the meantime, I want to bring back my guest, Miss Colette Colie Williams. I'm going to ask you a little bit about the music industry. Now, from what I understand, the music industry is utopia. There's absolutely nothing negative about it. Every kid I know in the world is growing up want to be a musician. I want to be a musician. Matter of fact, I want to sing. Okay, I want to learn to sing. I want to play the 88s. I want to do the bass. I want to be the next Bootsy Collins. And my next life, I'm going to be a funketeer. But right now, what I am is a talk show host. But deep down, I'm a musician and a singer and an artist. So I want to go into your industry, and I understand that it is full of people who are honest, trustworthy. There's absolutely nothing that can go wrong in it. It is utopia. Am I right?
No.
How far off am I?
Well, there's some good people. There's good people everywhere.
Like 8 of them? 9?
Well, let me just say this. As far as the music industry is now, there are a lot of people out here that are indie artists. And
Indie means independent.
Independent and making it and doing well.
Really?
And doing well. I mean, I still have a day job and going to keep that for a while because that helps me. I actually love what I do. I'm a teacher. I teach during the day.
Okay.
So I love what I do.
I bet you don't teach music.
No, I used to.
Okay.
But I do work in early childhood, and I love the children, and I actually like balancing both those things. So, but for some people, there are people out here that are independent artists, and they're making their way without a label. Some people don't even have managers. I went to see Snarky Puppy, who actually did a tune on YouTube with Layla Hathaway. I mean, they have a CD out, but it was went viral, this song, Something. I think her song, Something. They played behind her. And I went to a workshop with them last week, and they said that they just got a manager. So that's where the industry is going now. People are not needing the label so much anymore. And then if a label does pick you up, they don't want to do the work that the labels used to do. They want you to already have your audience and have your style and have your everything packaged, so they don't have to put that kind of money into you.
So off the top of my head, from an ignorant standpoint, I'm going to say technology really exacerbated this process. Is that correct?
I would definitely say that.
Okay. And because of that, now you have artists who can get their music out who may not have been able to do it in the past. However, off camera, we talked a little bit about the fact that the business still has some quirks in it from a business standpoint. I remember talking to Soft Tones and some other music artists, guys from the Delphonics, etc., and they talked about contracts. They talked about the copyrights, etc. How difficult is it for a new artist or even someone who's a veteran in the game to learn the business side of this industry?
I don't think it's that difficult if you do your research. There's all kind of music conferences, and that's what I did. I still do. I just started going to different conferences to learn. There's a conference in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. They do it every year. It's called Millennium Music Conference. Okay. And I just Googled it because I went out to Atlanta for a soul music conference. And I said, there's got to be something that's closer to us. So I just Googled music conferences, and Millennium Music Conference came up, and I started going there every year. And they have a wealth of information. And of course, there weren't that many of us there.
Us as in African Americans.
Black folk, African Americans, and so I'm putting the word out because I think maybe people keep stuff in house and don't spread the word.
Gotcha.
And so I'm spreading the word right now. It's actually in February, and it's a wealth of information. Not just because you can go to a music conference and you can be inspired, but that's great. I kind of am beyond that. I mean, I want some inspiration always, but I need some facts.
Me
And so that's what this music conference gave you. And there were a lot of singer-songwriters there, a lot of rock bands. I started to see more like hip-hop artists, some rap artists there, but not a lot of R&B, neo-soul folks. And it's just information for everybody. Whatever you do, if you're an independent artist or you're looking to get on a label or whatever, this was a valuable music conference.
Okay, now, again, watching from the outside in, I always thought that in order to really blast off your music and become a very popular artist, you either had to kill somebody, get butt naked, stand on the stage, or go through Dallas, Texas, downtown, like one of our artists recently, a couple years ago. You have to do something that creates a shock value to make everyone go, ooh, let me go look at this person. Now, obviously that's not the strategy that you're using, but at these conferences and when you talk to some of the people in this business, do they tell you, do they advise you, do they recommend to you and other artists that you have to go crazy in order to get seen and heard?
You may have to do things that you may not want to do, and I actually.
Can you give an example?
I'm just going to put this out there.
Yeah,
I actually was working with someone, and they wanted me to it was compromising for me, right, because I'm natural. I wear my hair natural. I don't wear a lot of makeup. And this person wasn't asking me to do anything revealing, but they wanted me to do a lot of makeup and wigs and all of this, and I was like, I'm not feeling it. And so it got to the point where I felt that pressure on me. So, every conversation we had was going that way. It was like, And so I just decided that they had a different vision for me than I had for myself. And so whoever's on my team has to follow my vision. And so I just decided that we could no longer work together.
Man, y'all should have seen her eyes when she said, whoever's on my team need to follow my vision. I was getting ready to say, okay, look, I'm following. You don't have to. She brought that Orangeman intensity right there. Oh, man. So we first met Urban League. You working at Urban League?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you were dealing with us for a long time.
What do you mean us?
Us as in, us who, kind of used to get in trouble and stuff like that. So you were working with the youth in our communities, man, for a while. Man, that's great. Now, I had no idea then that you signed. No idea.
Really?
None.
I sang up at school.
Yeah, well, by then, I was actually graduated.
Okay.
So I didn't get to see you. I heard, but I didn't know that was you. I didn't put two and two together. Colette Colie. I missed that connection. So when you moved here, and I started hearing and following some of what you were doing, I was like, wow, if I'd have known that then, I would have made you sing like every time I saw you. Just going down the street. Colie, you want to sing? Like, for me, please? Maybe? But look, what happened was, and this is the honest truth, I had a good friend of mine, and he dated a Delta, and we just happened to live in the same skytop apartment. And back then, the Deltas, when they were pledging, had to do whatever you told them to do. Now, I think you were in this group. So you came out in front of Skytop and you sang to me and my roommate for like 20 minutes in the snow. In the snow. Yeah, I didn't know it was you then until I look at you now, I'm like, that was you.
That was me singing?
Sang in the snow. We took pictures. Back then we didn't have Facebook, so we had to burn the pictures because we didn't want to incriminate anyone. But thank you. And thank you to all the Deltas for singing to us back then. We are very pleased now.
Oh, I remember now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
See, I thought I made that up. You see it, right? You remember now?
I remember now.
Were you on that line?
Yes, I was on that line.
Did you know I lived in that apartment?
No, I know.
Yes, I did.
I didn't know.
Thank you. All right, folks, we're going to open this up for the Q&A for you right now. I just wanted to give her that little history lesson. I didn't tell her this. The last 15, 20 years that I ran into, I didn't tell her that she actually sang to us, but you were on that line. So I was joking when I told you I didn't know you sang. I did. Hey, folks, do me a favor if you would. I'm going to take a quick station break, actually, for about 37 seconds, just enough time for me to limp off this stage. And we're going to open this up for a Q&A with Colette Colie Williams. Put your hands together, please.
Have you dimmed the light?
You know what? I have, but I haven't recently. I've been focusing on this area. I've done some things in New Jersey, and I'm also an actor, so I've also done some theater in New York as well. But I've just been focusing on here, and I actually have also been to London and performed there. So focusing on here for a while, and then I'll branch out. Yeah, thank you. Yes.
I heard that you might have gotten your start singing in a church. Is that correct? Or?
No, I actually didn't. My father was a singer. So I actually got my start singing in the house with him, pretty much singing in the house with him. He was a doo-wop singer. He actually was with the group and everything. And once my mom and him got married and she started having children, he decided to leave the group and work full time. And I mean, I guess he was always working, but he just wanted to focus on supporting his family. So singing just with him and harmonizing with him. And they were both my mother and father they loved music. So just listening to all of that. But I think it was almost like a training with him because he was always singing and having my sister and I harmonize with him. So. And his sister asked me also, Darlene, I'll take your question, but I actually have also been at the Apollo. I have to think, because I've been doing this for a long time now, so I forget about the things that I've done. And actually, my fiance is here. He says I don't toot my own horn enough because I forget about the stuff I've done. But I actually have been to the Apollo and placed there and everything. I keep hitting the microphone, but that was a while ago. Yeah.
One thing that resonated with me, I'm also from New York, and it took, I've been here 7 years. I think by year 6, go-go started to grow on me, so I understand.
Yeah, it grew on you now, right? Yeah, I really like it. And it fuses well with jazz, even though people don't think, well, Chuck Brown did it. So that's what I like, fusing different things, different rhythms together. Okay, well, I was teaching. I moved here, started teaching, and I just felt like something was missing. Even though I loved the teaching, there was that creative side of me that wasn't being fulfilled. So I got back into theater because actually that's why I went to Syracuse, because they have an excellent theater program. But I switched to education while I was there. So I started doing theater here, and to supplement my income, I started singing with bands. While I was doing that, I started writing music and met someone that's a songwriter and a producer, and we worked together. And that's how we put Light Up the Darkness together. So, and it's like, once you start doing it, once you're really doing it, you really can't stop. It's a part of you. And so I'll never stop. I always say I'll be like with a cane on stage singing. I mean, you just can't stop. And I think the industry it can be, whether you're independent or you're on a label or whatever, it is very competitive. So you have to ask yourself, why are you doing this? You really have to think about why you're doing it. And I know that I'm doing it because I think it's part of my purpose. And when you do it because of that and not because you just want to be out there and be seen, or you just like to hear yourself sing, then it's different. It means something, and it doesn't matter if you make a lot of money. Of course you want to make money, or if you don't. You just love doing it. It's part of what you love to do. And when someone tells you, you know what, I just had surgery and I listened to your song and it's helping heal me, I mean, that's what it's all about for me. I look at my music as a healing type of thing. So, yes.
Where can we catch you performing anytime in the not too distant future?
I will be at JoJo's on U Street tomorrow, 8 to 12. I'm there the first Wednesday of each month. And I'll be at Blues Alley on March 17th, 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. show. So please, I want to fill. I'm claiming 2 sold-out shows at Blues Alley. So please come out. You can go online now. I'm on the Blues Alley website. And I also will be here at Everlasting Life on March 1st with a organization that I am a part of called Liberated Muse. We have actually a play that's coming out called In Her Words, where we highlight some transformative artists, Nina Simone, Billie Holiday, Catherine Dunham, Zora Neale Hurston, and I play Billie Holiday actually in that piece. So March 1st, we will be here to, that's sort of like our, we're gonna reveal the dates of the show on March 1st, and we'll also perform on that date. So we'll be here, Liberated Muse, on March 1st. So March 1st, tomorrow at JoJo's, and every first Wednesday, and then also Blues Alley, March 17th.
Check. All right, folks, we're going to